I 30 meters have an older brother, Mark 34 meters, who's always been the black sheep of the family. He's never been great with responsibility, and honestly, I've spent most of my life picking up the pieces for him. Whether it's bailing him out of financial trouble or covering for him when he messes up, I've always been the one he turns to when things go wrong. A few months ago, Mark lost his job at a marketing firm after he was repeatedly late to work and missed a lot of deadlines. It wasn't exactly a surprise to the rest of us, but he swore he'd make a fresh start. He got another job at a restaurant, which was a bit of a step down, but he promised he'd take it seriously. Fast forward to last week, Mark calls me and says he needs help with his rent. He told me his hours were cut and he couldn't make ends meet. I asked him why he wasn't working more hours to compensate, and he confessed that he'd been skipping shifts to go out partying with friends. Apparently, he thought he deserved a break after working. So hard his words. I was furious. I told him that I couldn't support his irresponsible behavior, especially when he was choosing to waste his time partying rather than focusing on keeping his job. I reminded him that he was an adult, and it wasn't my responsibility to bail him out anymore. Mark got defensive, saying I was being selfish and unsupportive, and that he'd always been there for me in the past. But I pointed out that I'd already helped him so many times, and this wasn't a situation where he needed help, it was one where he needed to learn consequences for his actions. Now, my family is mad at me. My parents are calling me heartless, saying I should help him out because family is family. They also say that I've always been the stable one and should be setting an example for the younger ones. I'm torn because part of me feels guilty for not helping, but the other part of me feels like Mark needs to face the consequences of his choices.